Right, welcome back to the channel. First ride back since the crash. So I just wanted to give you a bit of an update in terms of what happened, what injuries I got, and where we're at going forward. So if you've not seen the crash video, I'll leave a link in the description below. But top and bottom, I had a very nasty off at one of the local trails where the front wheel just completely washed from underneath me. Wasn't expecting it at all, and didn't show it on the camera, but I face planted the tree. But because the camera was mounted on the chesty, it didn't really sort of show what had happened to me facially. I just want to say a massive shout out as well to everybody that was out on that ride for looking after me and making sure that I got to hospital safe and sound. Especially a big shout out to Rick, whose first aid and witty banter kept me going for the duration. So I'm forever indebted, mate, for what you did. Absolutely superb. But everybody else as well. What a great bunch of people to be out riding with. So yeah, did quite a bit of damage to my face. As you can see, I think we're about 12 days in now. Still got some scabs around the eye and lower part of the nose and a little bit on the eyebrow, but compared to what it was when I first did it, it seems to be healing really, really well. So taken straight to A&E, they took me straight through to resus. They sent me for a CT scan because I got a bit of pain in my neck. So they scanned the whole top half of my body and obviously checked for any bleeds on the brain or anything. There was no brain, so there was no danger there. But they gave me a good, thorough check over. So I've broken my nose, top part, and I went to have that looked at yesterday. The reason I'm tapping the screen is because the front facing screen keeps going off and I can't see. So I've broken the top part of my nose. It's out by about 1 millimetre, and the guy I spoke to yesterday was fairly confident that it will pretty much go back to normal. I did have the option of having it reset, which is very, very painful, but from what I can see, I can't really see any difference, to be honest. I think I've always had a slight bend to the bottom of my nose, but the break at the top didn't cause my nose to be about 1 millimetre out of place down the bottom. So we're leaving that. If I decide I want it doing it at a later date, I'll have to break my nose, but hopefully that should be alright. Also cracked 3 ribs. Now when they looked at the CT scan, they said they were a bit confused because you've got 3 broken ribs, but they look like they're healing. So that would explain back in November, and I'll stick a little bit of the video footage on the screen now. I had a bit of a off at the other local trails, and I know from past experiences that A&E don't do anything for broken ribs. They don't even x-ray, so there's no point in me going to sit in A&E for 3 or 4 hours only to be told to go home and rest and take some painkillers. So that pretty much confirms what I thought, that the break originally was from an older injury, but landed on my side as I did, even with the body armour on, has broke them again. But the pain I've got in my ribs now is absolutely nothing compared to what I had when I did them last time. Certainly comfortable enough to be riding, and after a week off I went back to work on Monday, and to be fair, my mobility and everything else is 95% there, I think. No real concerns at all. Obviously my nose is going to take about 6 to 8 weeks to heal. The swelling's going down, it doesn't feel sore, and as long as I don't crash again or break my nose again, then all should be good. So staying off the bike for 6 to 8 weeks while the nose heals isn't really going to be of any benefit to anyone, because as long as I don't fall off and crash, if hopefully not, then I should be fine to ride. I certainly feel like I can be riding. So I've come out today for a very, very steady plod, just to stretch the legs and just to get some sanity back after not being able to get out for 12 days. my heart goes out to anybody that's off the bike for a long period of time. So the day in question was absolutely red hot, and I took the full face helmet with me, and I also took the half face as well. I knew the push up back to the top of the trails was a bit of a killer, so I opted for the slightly cooler option, which turned out to be a bit of a mistake. Had I took the full face, I think I probably wouldn't have done anywhere near the amount of damage that I've done. But the thing that put me off is I know that helmet is very good protection wise, but you just absolutely melt him when you're out on the trails. So I bought a new full face that I can ride all year round, which you may have seen the video, but this is the bit of kit. An Enduro MT500. It's got absolutely tons of ventilation. It's really lightweight. It's significantly lighter than the other, so that's pretty much going to be my all year round riding helmet. I don't see any point in not wearing it anymore, because if I can smash my face up and do the amount of damage that I did doing not much, probably over 15 miles an hour, but face planting a tree, then it's just not worth the risk anymore. So that's the new helmet. So hopefully that won't get called into action again anytime soon. If it does, if I don't die from injuries, I will die from the wife, because she was not happy, and understandably, because it's not just me that it has an impact on, it's the whole family as well, and I caused her a massive amount of stress, which I'm very, very sorry for. But that can't happen again, so I need to take it steady. But I just wanted to come out and stretch the legs a little bit and just get out of the house before work this afternoon. I've also ordered a bigger coil shock. It comes with a 350, and I've gone for a 450 just to stiffen the ride up a little bit. And I've also ordered it in red, so it'll tie everything in nicely as well. But I think that will give me a little bit more support riding the sort of trails that I'm going to be mostly using this bike for. Also had concussion. Didn't get knocked out. I was conscious the whole time, but I felt very, very sick and very, very lightheaded, as you'll see if you watch the video. And obviously you've got to be very careful with concussion as well. So I ended up with an overnight stay in hospital and a week off work. So not really how I wanted to start July, but these things happen. So yeah, we're out at the local today. Just going to do a couple of very, very steady laps, nothing dangerous or exciting at all. Just want to see how the bike now feels. I made a few tweaks here and there to bits and pieces. While I've had a bit of time on my hands, I've lowered the stem height a little bit. I've fixed the rear lockout cable, which was knackered and all frayed. I've done a few other little tweaks as well, but I'm just waiting on the new coil shock, or the new coil rather, to arrive. I'll get that on, and then we're pretty much good to go, I think. So there we are, that's the update. Back on the trails, albeit steady for a bit. Cheers for watching.